All right, welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and pleased to be joined by Layne Riggs from Riggs Motorsports of course, who just competed at the Cars Tour at Dillon. How's it going, man?
Hey, good. How you doing? Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. No problem. Anytime. So obviously we all know what happened at Dillon with you. I know that. Have you kind of gone through the motions of everything that happened? Did you use the 24-hour rule to just kind of digress and find out what you did and all that stuff? Um, Overall, recap your day over there.
Yeah, we just went down to the shop and unloaded the car and just put it on scales, figured out just how it was set up in the race, and just figured out things that we could have done better for sure. Kind of went over, rewatched footage. Me and Dad, I've already watched the race twice and talked about it. Watched my helmet cam footage just to see what I could have done differently. Um, just trying to get a plan together to go to Hickory just to see what we could do better. Already looking at notes, but just looking at the race itself and the position I was put in, I felt like I really didn't have a choice to do anything else. Felt like I needed to lead. I needed to have that track position. That was the upper hand for sure. And to do so, I had to stay in front of Timothy Peters, and he was pushing really hard, and he knew the same thing, so he was trying to get in front of me and do the same. So that just did nothing but put Justin Johnson in the catbird seat in third place to sit there and steal the win from us. So congrats to him on the win. He played a smarter race than we did, and he had a really good car. So congrats to him on his first victory in the Cars Tour, and I'm sure many more to come. So just going ahead and looking at Hickory, our goal is to have a good enough car. We don't have to race anybody next time.
Yeah, of course. That last name Riggs sounds familiar. It is. Of course, his dad is Scott Riggs, former NASCAR driver. Just had to get that out there for people that don't know. So for you, heading into this next race, I know that you've already, learned what you did. Of course, Hickory's a legendary place where a lot of drivers want to go and win. What's that track like to you?
It's probably the roughest track on the circuit that we go to. A lot of character. Nothing really compares to it with just shape and characteristics and the way you drive it. So we've been to Hickory probably. Oh shoot, I've been racing the Cars Tour this is my 5th year in the Cars Tour. So we've gone there. This is probably about my 10th time headed to Hickory because we go there pretty much twice a year. So um, yeah, I mean Hickory, we've had a lot of strong runs there. I think I've qualified in the top 5 pretty much every time. So really been strong in qualifying, and just something always ends up happening in the race, either accident or just the car doesn't end up handling the way I want it to. So we've been definitely conquered by Hickory several times, but the past couple times we've been there, we've definitely gotten close and had really good strides and had good cars. So just from what we learned at Dillon over the off season and just trying to get stronger, I think that we're going to have a pretty good shot.
I know your name has been floated around a lot of teams up in NASCAR and ARCA, and of course, as everybody knows in this business, you need money and you need sponsorship to run these cars. I know you've been approached by a lot of teams. I know as many as as a lot of people are going through. Sponsorship is tough and even tougher now because of the pandemic. But are you happy, just being able to run for your family-owned team in the Cars Tour? And are you looking to go to those types of series down the road? And what's the plan on that?
We've been talking to several teams for many years now in the making. A lot of ARCA teams, truck teams, even some Xfinity teams that have talked to us and wanted me to be the driver. But like you said, it just kind of all boils down to who's got the money nowadays. So, been trying to talk to sponsors, been trying to get people that are willing to put that money up um, and put me in one of those rides. And that's definitely the goal is to make it up into the highest tiers and highest rankings of NASCAR, and hopefully in the Cup Series one day is my goal. But just that opportunity just seems to be getting slimmer and slimmer. But I'm just going to keep striding, and just try to get as much as I can. And I feel like even though I've been racing for almost 8 years now, I feel like I'm 18 years old. I'm still in my prime, and just getting that one right opportunity could just be the stepping stone of just getting up there one day.
Do you feel so? I know you're also a you're also a college student at UNC Charlotte, and of course, that with especially learning from home and doing all this stuff because of the pandemic and all that. But of course, you're going into mechanical engineering, and of course, we all know that there is a lot of opportunities with that degree. What do you think you could? What do you think you can do with that degree once you get it? Do you feel like you could become a better race driver, or maybe do some other things with that?
Yeah, I've just always, even kind of before the racing, I've just always been interested in, parts and things of that nature in the mechanical engineering field. Like loved Legos as a kid, just little stuff like that that I've always uh, wanted to do, and I really never really thought about doing anything else in college besides that. So um, definitely could help me as a racing driver, just understanding the works of the car and understanding how they work and changes you make and set up and stuff like that. So learning that can make me a better driver, understand my car better. But say the racing doesn't work out, I could be a crew chief one day or work on a race team or be just the head engineer for a cup car. So, and then say I don't want to do racing, I can build robots. So, just anything that mechanical engineering degree is a pretty widespread um, degree that you can do a lot with. So, I feel like getting my education now, keeping my grades up, and just getting that degree can almost set me for life.
Yeah. A lot of people are wondering. So I know your dad has played a big role in your racing career, but you would never know that but you would never know who he is because he, of course, like many drivers, I mean, he's so humble. He's kind of like you in a way. What is he like around the racetrack and stuff?
Yeah, and to me and a lot of other people, he's just dad, and a lot of other people say, "Oh, that's Lane's dad, or that's Lane's crew chief, or spotter," and he likes that role. He doesn't want to be known as the Cup Series ex Cup Series driver or NASCAR driver. He doesn't view himself as that. He just views himself as another person at the racetrack, and that's how I feel like he's viewed himself his whole career as just another person. So, um, humbleness is something that we didn't really have to work for, really try to do. It's just something that comes natural, especially with where we're at. We're uh, located in Bahama, North Carolina, and pretty small town, and a lot of people around here support us. So thanks to all them, and just feel like just this area and just where we're from and the way we were all raised, we were just kind of raised to be that way.
Do you remember your dad's racing career?
Not much, sadly. I mean, I remember bits and pieces from my childhood being at the racetrack, but when I was a kid, I really wasn't interested in racing. I was around it all the time, and as a kid that isn't um, open to anything else, I thought, hey, everybody's dad drove race cars. This is normal. It was a normalcy for me. And about the time that he got out of it was the time that I got interested in it. Unluckily enough, so it was good because when I got interested, he was out of it and he could really focus on me and be there all the time. I don't think he's missed a single race since I've started. So that's always nice to know that he's out right there by my side and will do anything for me. But at the same time, me being in him being in that cup garage and being around those people and having those closer ties could have also helped me out. Uh, as of right now, say if he was still racing. So it helps and hurts. There's two aspects to it, but uh, I wouldn't regret any of what I've done.
Yeah. Um, so besides mechanical engineering and besides racing, what do you do? What do you like to do outside of all this racing stuff besides going to school?
Well, right now. There's a lot of time in school, spending a lot of time on the computer nowadays, which is can be tough at times. I mean, my eyes are straining from the day of the long calculus problems and engineering CAD design. So, been doing that, and then pretty much just working in the shop. Our race shop is we walk to it every morning, me and Dad, when I have the opportunity to. So. It's right here in our backyard. We spend a lot of time down there, a lot of time together talking, working on stuff. So besides that, I just like to live the normal life of an 18-year-old. I got uh, friends from my high school that probably a group of 10 of us that we all are really close, and they're just other normal kids that do other normal activities, and I like to be right there with them. I don't like to be known as that kid or him, or I just like to be known as Layne. So Let's just try to. I mean, it's cool to have that, and at the same time, you live that double life, as you know. People would say, a lot around people around here say, "Oh, you're famous," or this, that, and the other, and I'm like, I'm just like you. There's nothing special here, so I try to live that normal life, but at the same time, I have a double life at the racetrack on the weekends.
Yeah, everybody's famous. So that in their own way, I guess. Um, so, I mean, do you feel like obviously I was going to ask if you have any pressure because of your last name, and obviously you would say no. But do you feel that sometimes?
Not really. I feel like uh, the name doesn't do anything to me, but it's more just pressure I put on myself, and I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform, just spending all that time studying and focusing, and just trying to be the best I could possibly be. When I get behind the wheel, I put that pressure on myself that I got to perform and I got to do these things, and I want to go out here and win. Uh, and I don't want to do it for anybody else except myself. I feel like I don't want to. I'm not here to impress my dad or my family or my um or anybody. I'm out here to just try and get wins and make my own career and just do the best I can all the time.
Okay. All right. So I played this game a lot during a lot of the podcast interviews. So let's kind of get to know you a little bit, Layne.
All right.
So basically everything that's things that I'm going to ask you just a bunch of questions where many people may not know about you. Um, okay. So what's the hardest class that you've had while in college?
Calculus 2, and I'm currently in it right now. Very hard. Integrals, derivatives, Riemann sums, stuff like that that I don't think I'm ever going to use again, but I have to learn it.
Never took calculus in high school, and I'm very, very happy that I didn't. Um, Favorite movie, TV show?
Hmm. I mean, you got to love a racing movie. If you're a race fan, you got to love the Days of Thunder, the Talladega Nights, and stuff like that. Um, I don't know, TV show. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I play some video games. I play a lot of iRacing. Uh, but I don't know. Besides that, I stay pretty busy and just watch a little YouTube on the side. But that's don't really have a lot of time to sit down and watch TV shows.
I don't know. I just figured I'd ask. What's your go-to place for food?
Hmm. I don't know. You gotta like Chick-fil-A. I know they're a sponsor for us as well. The local Chick-fil-A down the road that it was actually right next to my high school, so
Nice.
it's slam packed all the time, and the line can be out the road. You can get through the drive through in 5 minutes. So thanks to Chick-fil-A on Roxborough Road.
Yeah, always got to get that sponsor in there.
That's right.
Um, so do you have a favorite team or sports team that you root for?
Mm, not really. I don't really watch a lot of sport like football and basketball and stuff like that, but pretty much anybody that's local, anybody that's local for or associated with an area, I like. Um, I don't know. Everybody always asks Duke versus Carolina, and to be honest, it really doesn't matter to me. If it's a good game, it's a good game. Just like if we watch a race, if it's a good race, it's a good race.
Yeah, exactly. What's your favorite track to race at?
Hmm. We went and tested at Rockingham over the winter, and that was insane. Just the speed, the sensation was just you can't match it. There and then Bristol, another fun, awesome track. But just to be a short local track, I'd probably say Orange County Speedway, which is where I've ran my most laps at. This is my home track where I started racing. Multi groove racetrack that is going to have the $30,000 Old North State Nationals there in a few months for the Cars Tour. So, place I know like the back of my hand. Hopefully, we can go have a good performance there.
Um, do you have any pets?
I got a dog and a cat. I got our dog June. I've had her for I think since I was like 5 or 6. So she's getting pretty old. But then we got a new cat, a stray cat that we found. Her name is Roxy.
Nice.
I didn't choose the name.
I not a comment on that. So, but I mean, obviously, with with a mechanical engineering degree, obviously you have to build things, create things, and all that. What do you like? Drawing things and doing all that.
I really haven't got much into it. I know that I'm gonna probably have to have a drafting class before long. I don't know. I thought that I was always pretty decent at it, but it's not something that I usually like to just go in my free time and just start drawing stuff. But I know that if I had an idea in mind or some kind of thing I was trying to make, I'm sure that drawing it out would be pretty easy to me.
You have any racing superstitions?
I know that some people on my team do. This one guy, Billy. Fun fact: a lot of people don't know. Our tire man, Billy, was actually Jeff Gordon's tire man, all the way from the Baby Ruth car days into when he moved to Hendrick.
Rainbow Warrior
So
days.
he was part of the Rainbow Warriors. Actually, he worked with them all the way until Evernham. Um, wait, I forgot what happened, but I think it was like probably around '05 or '06 when he finally quit working for him. But he's super superstitious. He's just, if we're in pit stall number 13, he wants to move pit stalls and all this. He keeps a pocket full of quarters that or lucky pennies and stuff like that. Just before they flow over all the time.
Has he ever
But
taped the
we
penny to your, has he ever taped a penny to your dashboard?
yep. Yeah, there's actually one. There's actually a penny that's zip tied to the chassis right now in my car, and we keep trying to take it out. And he's like, "No, I put it in there the last time you won." I'm like, "Well, we didn't win the last race, so it's time to take it out." So
Or you better get that before you go to Hickory though.
I know we might need to put a fresh one on it.
Yeah, you do. Well, yeah, you do. I mean, you can't use that one anymore. I mean, you lost. It was bad luck there,
That's what
apparently.
I'm saying. I need to try to get that through his head.
Do you ever listen to music before a race? Like, I mean, we see a lot of guys like with headphones on. I think a couple ARCA guys do it or something. Is that your thing or no?
Not really. I just try to stay focused on the race at hand, and just my mind's so filled with thoughts and ideas and try to think about strategy so much. It'd be I feel like a music would be more of a distraction than anything.
Do you keep to yourself or do you talk to your crew for the
Talk
race?
to my crew.
Okay,
Talk to my crew.
always.
Talk to dad, and if anybody I need to go talk to, I'll talk to my grandpa because he seems to always be right. Like he'll if we listen to him, everything ends up working out, and then if we stray away from his idea or do something opposite and it doesn't work out, he always blames it on us. You didn't listen to me. I'm always right. This, that, and the other. But for
Did
somehow
he,
he is right.
did he say anything about the penny?
No, he just lets that be.
Oh, geez, this has been fun. Okay, so so now I'm gonna let's do a couple more of these and give. Okay, I'm gonna give like a comparison, and you tell me which which is better or what you would rather do.
Okay.
Word searches or crosswords?
Mm, Probably word search. It's easier.
Um, McDonald's or Burger King?
Yeah, probably a Whopper from Burger King
Yeah.
if I had to choose.
Um, where would you rather be? Would you be in the gym or playing at the putt putt course?
Playing at the putt putt course, of course. That's awesome. I've recently got into playing golf a little bit, and I'm not good at it at all. Like I've made par before on one hole, but that's about it. So I don't know. Me and my friends we've been starting to play golf, but we're all so bad at it that it's just comical.
Maybe you need to call Michael Waltrip and golf with the golf guys.
They'd make fun of me, and they do nothing but make fun of me.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You got Michael and you got Denny, and then you got now MJ's over there now. So, um, MJ's going to be competitive out over there. So we'll
Oh
see if
yeah,
he joins the golf guys tour.
I
Um,
wish I.
so let's see. What's a luckier number, 13 or 7?
7. Billy thinks his 13's unlucky, so I'm just gonna stick to what he thinks.
Does he carry around like 4-leaf clovers or something?
Yeah, he really does.
Are you serious?
He's like a very superstitious person. and we just rag him for it because it's just comical.
Okay, do you ever go on YouTube and watch your dad's old races?
I do sometimes, especially clips and stuff like that. But if it's like a whole like 2.5 hour race, I might stray away from it at times, but then put it on my saved list and watch it late at night or something. But
So does he ever like if you're watching one of his old races, does he ever walk by and say, "Oh, what's that?"
yeah, he does sometimes. He's like, oh yeah, that race we wrecked, or that race I finished fifth. He always remembers what happened in the races.
Yeah, racers never forget, bud.
That's right.
Um, Dirt cars or late models?
Asphalt late models or like dirt late models?
Asphalt late models or dirt late models?
Yeah. Since I race asphalt late models, I'm gonna say asphalt, but I do give big props to the dirt late model stuff. I mean, those things are wicked. That's something. I mean, I've always wanted to race dirt. I've always wanted to either test a car or just try something one time, but just never really got around to it.
What's something you've always wanted to do? Like, have you ever, like ever wanted to try like, tennis or I know you tried golf.
That's new.
Is there anything else you want to try?
I don't know. Everybody always says like bucket list stuff, like skydiving and stuff like that. I don't. I
God,
don't
I
know if
never
I'm
do
gonna
that.
skydiving or not. I don't want to. I don't want to die.
Did your dad
But
ever skydive?
no, he hasn't. He,
I don't know.
maybe me and him should do it together.
Oh boy, that would be fun.
It'd be interesting.
Um, that would be very interesting. It's
Mhm.
it's like, ooh, no, no, that'd be interesting. And we'll
Yep.
have to see. We'll have to see on that.
Right.
Um, hmm. If you, what's what's the best thing to have at home, like eating wise? What's the best thing someone ever makes for like dinner wise
Dinner. Hmm.
or lunch or something?
Yeah. Let me think about that. I know my mom made chicken pot pie tonight, and that was pretty good. Homemade, made from scratch.
That was pretty
But
good.
my mom's mom, call her nanny. She can cook anything, and it's always the best.
Yeah,
So,
I have one of
uh,
I have one of the we have a family friend that does a lot of like desserts and stuff.
mm, oh yeah, same here. So, you got nanny. Since you said dessert, nanny's chocolate pie. You can't beat that.
No, you can't beat you can't beat a lot of things. So, um, what's a name a track you've always wanted to race at? Like any of them, like anyone.
Hmm. Everybody always wants to go to Daytona, just because of the history and the speed and all. But I don't know, racing. I've always wanted to drive on Daytona, but the racing at Daytona just is. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of super speedway racing. I just think that it's something that it's like a one-off kind of thing, and it always produces wrecks. And I feel like it's more about the driver. I mean, well, more about the equipment than it is actually the driver. So I don't know. I always really strayed away from super speedway stuff, but I've been starting to like it a little bit more lately and understood just the strategies in it. But I'd probably say Daytona just because of the history of it.
Has your dad ever told you about the wrecks he got in there?
I know he talks about his Talladega wreck he had in that checkers car, and that's another one I watch on YouTube. It's just, and he
See,
got out. He said he wasn't hurt. He wasn't nothing. He was more mad than anything that he got wrecked.
that's what that's what they were like. I mean, did you ever go to Checkers? Did you ever go to Checkers after that?
I don't. I'm sure he did. I don't. There's not actually not a lot of checkers around here where we live, so
Yeah, there
I
isn't
don't even
really around
know.
here in the West, so we'll just have to see on that. Yeah. So Layne, thank you so much. That was fun. Um, really appreciate you coming on, and let's do this again sometime.
Yep, I appreciate that. Thank you.